On today's episode, we're in the back of a pickup truck. We're going on an adventure with Hudson Motors in these amazing trucks.
But before we do that, we need to get there. And we're going to be taking this Cybertruck because this channel has to be kept carbon neutral.
This isn't any Cybertruck. This is a Foundation Edition. I have no idea what that means.
Oh my God. This is Big Red.
Big Red. Aren't we lucky?
We are very lucky. This is quite well known, this one.
Yes, it's a SEMA truck. Most of the trucks are SEMA trucks. Part of Riley's dad collection, who's been nice enough to let us go out on a bit of a jolly for the day.
And drive some big trucks.
Yeah. How's it going, Nick?
Yeah, good.
Me a rattle!
Run, Woo! The videos really aren't doing these trucks justice because they're just insane. That's my favourite. That little short fat one over there.
Is it because it's like you?
No, it's not because it's like me. It just looks really cool. But this is absolutely massive. This one's like Mater. And that's awesome. It's like a rolling piece of art. It's got tools on it. It's got these metal bits on it. And the exhaust exits are probably the best part because they come out with these giant, great big nuts here. Hazelnuts. Perfect. I love it. 20 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, and we're here with Riley. Now, this is your dad's collection of trucks, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
But you do something totally different.
We do. So my name's Riley Hodson. I own a company called Hodson Motors here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been building classics like these with my dad for about a decade. And after a couple years of building these, I decided to kind of start my own business and open my own shop. I'm not a traditional shop open to customers and doing customer builds like that. I actually build trucks like these and raffle them off through my website. We do legal sweepstakes where you can come on, buy t-shirts, hats, knives, tools, headlamps, all sorts of good stuff. And there's your entry to win. So every $5 you spend, you get an entry. It's great. We try and do about 8 a year. We're building trucks just like this all the time and giving them away to people just for participating.
And it's never a total loss because in the UK, people do raffles, but you get nothing.
Yeah, you get nothing for it.
Yeah. At least they get a t-shirt, right?
Absolutely. They're getting something good. They're getting delicious beef jerky. I got so much stuff on the site. It's crazy. But it's a lot of fun. It's fun to build the trucks. It's fun to give them away. And then to keep me busy, I still maintain and build for my dad and a couple other people, but in keeping these kind of trucks alive.
Talk to me, Nicholas.
I like this. Listen to that little pupper. It's awesome. It's a big rig.
One thing I do love is these.
What are you waving at?
Myself in the mirror.
I've got to come to America and I've got to drive a great big truck. This is like a dream come true. I'm like a UK redneck, so this is a dream.
So we have Jerome up front filming us, but that quiff is a quiff no more.
What about my hair?
This is what happens. Take your glasses down. We need to see Jerome when he's been hanging out the window of a car.
Films just won't do this justice. How stunning it is.
They don't. It looks stunning on camera, but
It's just the vastness.
The vastness. It's huge. I mean, it was like when we visited the Grand Canyon last year, and all right, I got bored after 5 minutes. And I did say, Chris, it's just a crack in the ground. But whilst you were there, it is like the biggest crack in the ground.
It's like 28 miles wide or something. Or something stupid. Something like 28 miles long. I don't know.
But it's so hard to.
Fathom.
You just, your mind just can't comprehend. Yeah, you're on top of the world.
This is better than the Grand Canyon.
Because we got trucks.
Because we got trucks.
Not a Camaro.
Exactly. How is it, Nick?
Oh, now I'm in a truck with a Viper engine, which is, well, you can see it's got all the Dodge interior, like I think the seats, the steering wheel, the dash, all the clocks. But this is a way better vehicle to put it in than a Dodge Viper.
It's even got working AC.
It has. I've turned it off. It was a bit too cold. It's not the warmest day today. It's like 19. But yeah, this is a dream. It's awesome. I wonder what its horn's like. That doesn't work.
Go, go, go.
Oh, this is a bit of me, this one.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
It's awesome. It's so good. But we're going to get Riley to talk us through the collection that his dad's built over the years and tell us a bit more about all the trucks so everybody can see the collections that people have in the States. Everything is custom. There's not one truck, I think, that shares something the same. Maybe a tyre, but all the rest of them are completely different.
Whereas in the UK, we're all into keeping it classic, keeping the classic look. Here, custom is more valuable.
Yeah, it's not like they chose one engine and gone, oh, I'm going to put an LS in all of them. This has got a Viper engine, some of them have Cummins diesels in,
But
others...
we'll let Riley go through that.
We'll let Riley go through that and talk us through,
jump to that.
all the best bits.
Let's jump to that now, shall we?
Yeah, let's jump there now. Should we go through the trucks? You can give us a little
let's go
lowdown
through.
on each
Yeah,
of them?
absolutely.
Yeah. We'll start with Big Red.
Yeah. So back over here, we got Big Red. Big Red is the first truck we did, probably that was fully complete. It is an incredibly custom truck. So the truck is a 1969 Ford F-250 cab. It's a crew cab, an original coach, not a coach-built crew cab, but a factory crew cab. Very rare pickup trucks with F800 fenders and hood, grill, and then we built that bed custom to match, with custom running boards and massive bumpers. It's sitting on a 2000 Freightliner chassis, so it's actually a semi-truck with a 6-ton rear end, but it's got a 24-valve Cummins under the hood. With an Allison medium-duty 6-speed automatic transmission. It's an absolute beast to drive, but it's very easy. It's got the
We've
best
been in
turning radius.
this,
You have, yeah.
and you can feel the rear end is very
it's big.
hard.
Yeah,
yes.
right. But it's got airbag suspension, and it's just an awesome truck. But it's easy to drive. People think, man, Big Red's gonna be a beast on the road. No, it's perfectly planted, very stable, very confidence-inspiring. A great truck.
Now this one here is my favorite. So Riley, tell us a little bit about this one.
Okay, so this is a 1964 Ford F-250. This is a factory short bed 4-wheel drive F-250, which Ford didn't really make, but they were special ordered by the U.S. Forest Service to fight brush fires. Now, this truck is very different than when it would have come like from Ford back in '64. This truck has F600 front fenders to clear those 42-inch tires. We've got Super Duty axles underneath it with Super Duty leaf springs. Rides really nice. Has a big block 460 fuel injected under the hood. Three-speed automatic transmission. Tons and tons of metalwork went into this truck. So that big tall roof, you'll never see another one of these trucks with that big tall roof. That's an F800 fire truck roof because the firefighters wanted to wear their helmets. So they built the roof tall enough so you could wear your helmet in there at the same time. So that's really cool and custom. The back window is a big back window out of a unibody truck that we cut out and welded in as well. The bed is custom, from custom length and width to height to the rear fenders. They're like 3 inches wider and 6 inches longer than stock. Custom bumpers. Schedule 40 pipe for the roll bar and the rear bumper. Very cool truck with a really unique paint job. People always ask about this paint color. The color is called River Gum. It's just a really cool grayish green color. Just an awesome truck. It's one of those things that I don't think will ever sell because I don't know how to recoup the amount of money that you have to be into to do all this metal work is insane, but it's just an awesome truck. Such an attention grabber, and it is pretty freaking fun to drive. This is our 1968 Dodge W200. This is and another, just like the green truck, just another crazy custom truck with custom fenders, custom bumpers, the whole nine. This is a factory crew cab, the first offering from Dodge's factory crew cab. We did a 64 front grill conversion to get those quad headlights. It's got an 8.5-foot bed with custom step side fenders in the rear. This has a 12-valve Cummins under the hood, again with another Allison 6-speed automatic. Super Duty axles, Relicate, Italian leather interior. This thing is so nice. And another really cool paint job color. This is Dodge's ceramic blue from their modern 1500 series trucks. So another cool color. very gray at nighttime and very blue in the sun. So just another really cool truck. Tons of metalwork again in these fenders. I think we've got 8 pairs of fenders in these to make these really cool, extra wide body fender flares to cover the 40-inch tires. You know, and so these were stretched every which way. Just again, a ton of metal work. This front bumper is the valence normally that would have connected the grill down to the bumper. We got a couple of those and cut and weld them together to make this lower section of this bumper. Just tons of work went into them, but another really cool truck. Okay, another I'm probably beating a dead horse here, but another very custom truck here. So this is our 1965 Jeep J truck. I don't even know what to call it. We call it the J60 because it has a 6.0 diesel engine under the hood with a 5-speed automatic transmission. This is sitting on a 2005 Ford F550 chassis, so it's a 10-lug chassis. Very cool, very beefy, but an incredibly custom truck because Jeep in America never offered the Wagoneer J truck, what we call full-size Jeeps. Wagoneers, J10s, J20s, Cherokees. They never offered it in a crew cab pickup. In Australia, they did, but they're incredibly rare and worth just hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we said, forget that, we'll do it ourselves. So we took a Wagoneer, the station wagon, chopped the back end of it off, and then took a J10, which we have over there, we'll show you in a minute. Took the back end of a J10, chopped that off, and welded them together to make a crew cab J10 pickup. So very rare. A ton of metal work went into this. It's got custom fenders front and rear. Those rear step side fenders are like 12 inches wider overall to clear the dually. It's all very custom, and this thing is an absolute bat out of hell. It makes great power, and 6.0 diesels, if you know 6-liter power strokes, they sound better than any diesel ever made, and they make great power, so it's an absolute blast to drive. Okay, so this is our 1957 Chevy 6400 series crew cab. So this was a coach-built crew cab back in the 50s that was built for the railway. An incredibly rare truck. The coach builder was called Armbruster. If you're into the classic crew cab scene, you'll understand that name. But very rare. One of only a couple left in existence. Tons and tons of metalwork went into this between the suicide doors, the custom front clip, the custom bed, the custom rear fenders. It's got a custom chassis, custom-built chassis with Dana 80 axles. 6.2 LS. With a 6-speed automatic transmission. This is our newest truck. We just finished this. Again, custom bumpers, full interior, just an absolute awesome truck. Probably the nicest truck in this whole collection is this one right here. All right, this is one of our oldest, right there with Big Red, was one of our oldest builds. This is our 1983 Jeep J10 that we call the JRT10 because it has an SRT10 Viper engine under the hood, paired to a 4-speed automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive, Dana 60 front axle, Sterling 10.5 in the rear, 4-link front and rear, tube chassis in the back. This thing is an absolute desert machine. It is meant to go off-roading, and it is a blast to drive. It's really cool. What's interesting though is you would think the Viper sounds the best. Viper engines, V10s just don't sound that great unless they're like straight piped like a Lamborghini. So these things kind of sound like V6s, but it does have a ton of power. It moves really good. It'll burn out those 37s all day long if you wanted to. Really cool custom paint job on this one to kind of mimic Lamborghini blue, but nice satin paint job. But still got those SRT10 seats inside. And it's one of those trucks that we just continue to build on and make better all the time. So this one's coming back into my shop. Next month, we're going to take out it's still got the Dodge dash in it to make the Viper work, but we're going to take that out and go back to the Jeep dash and rewire that also. You know, these trucks, they're just never done. So it's a lot of fun to just kind of get them to a running state, drive them for a while, and then bring them back in and keep going. And then last but not least, this is Mater. This is our 1956 Ford crew cab pickup. Again, another really rare coach-built truck, but this is sitting on a custom chassis with Super Duty axles, so coil sprung in the front, airbags in the rear. This has an old school big block 460 motor under the hood. Runs and drives really good. On our SEMA drive today, we cruised out and did Red Rock. We had an alternator fail on us in this guy. So, you know, it kind of betrayed me today, but it's okay. We got back, we got home, we're all good. But this has an E4OD 4-speed automatic transmission, so it does really good on the freeway. Very rustic. So this is real rust. But the underlying color of this truck was once upon a time orange, but my grandpa had a baby blue 56 Ford F100 when my dad was a child. So when we built this truck, it was like, you know, if we're going to do a 56, it's got to be baby blue like my dad's. So we had Cheyenne Ruther from Nefarious Customs. She's a great artist when it comes to airbrushing and stuff. She airbrushed in all the baby blue and did a really good job. So very, very, very cool truck. Sometimes, you know, they just like to bite you a little bit, and that's all right. But still an awesome truck with tons of character, a lot of kind of steampunk things, from the big massive nuts with the lights sunk behind them to the huge nuts on the rear bumper with the exhaust that exit out those, all the oil rig equipment, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of plays up that old school steampunk vibe.
Not only did we get to go out in trucks,
Riley also has a very small train.
which he drives very quickly around his house.
He does. This is a converted airport
Baggage handler.
Yeah, a baggage carrier for the airport, which they took like a carnival train body on, put on the top and built some trailers. And now they use it for rolling around their property.
Hey, we're all done. Thanks so much for watching this episode. Haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe and come back and see us again soon.